Hi there. My name is Tercy Engelhardt, and I want to thank you for being a part of this podcast, a part of my personal journey, and for also inviting me to be a part of your journey. I've often said, I don't have your answers. The purpose of this podcast is simply to share my story, knowing that stories make a difference, that oftentimes it's easier for us to learn from other people's stories. Somehow it's easier for us to see ourselves in somebody else's expression than it is for us to kind of do the work and see ourselves in our own lives because we're looking through a lens or a story that we've lived or created for such a long time that it actually inhibits us from seeing things in a way that allows us to view them differently and thus make choices that give us some more freedom. And it's my hope that by listening to a story from my life or some wisdom that I've gleaned over my now 38 years of recovery from 20 years of dealing with the addiction of an eating disorder, that you'll gain some insights. You'll see something in a way that allows you to shift or open up to something that's going on in your life that eases your journey or gets you further along the path. So, some of you have been with me for a really long time, others of you have just joined, and I want to welcome you all. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my life. And yeah, I'm grateful for you. Okay, so this week, I'm actually taking a break from the series that we're currently in, where I'm reading a story from my book, Unreasonably Grateful. And by the way, if you would like a signed copy of that book, you can just email me at tercy@tercyengelhart.com, and I'll be happy to get that to you. Anyway, I'm taking a break from reading those stories because there's something that's happening in my life right now that I wanted to share with you. So many of you know that I've recently ventured into a whole new season in my life. My husband and I sold Bela Farm, which we had been building for 16 years. We'd actually really just recently finished it. And we ended up being guided to this piece of land up in northern Idaho. We sold Bela Farm, and literally from the time that we got inspired and really got that we were being called and led on a new mission, there were 10 months between that time and us landing here with our two dogs and six cows and a container full of things that we brought from the other farm. So that's been a big journey. We're actually still staying. You can see I'm in a log cabin. We're staying in an Airbnb. There isn't yet a place for us to live on the farm. There will be in another month or so. We're remodeling a farmhouse, and Emma, who's going to be leasing the vegetable business that exists on the farm already, is going to be renting that, but that'll create space in a manufactured home that's there that we'll move into. And then eventually we'll build a home and create some rentals. But anyway, so we're still here in this log cabin, which is where I'm recording this right now. However, um, I don't know, maybe 5 months ago, I'm guessing, but 5 months ago, we had a workshop at Bela Farm, and it was with Yellow Co., which is an amazing organization of female entrepreneurs who are utilizing business as an avenue to do good in the world. And they asked me to sit in a circle, and I had this experience while sitting in this circle of listening to these brilliant, amazing, talented, skilled young women um, struggling with some inner insufficiency, some version of not enough time, money, beauty, whatever. And yet I could see all that they had to offer. And I could see how beautifully and amazingly they were created. And yet, these stories or distractions that they were listening to were inhibiting them, putting this out in the world, what they were passionate about, what they were called to, what they cared for. It was in their way. And so I had this opportunity to simply share with them what I saw and, give them a little bit of the elder wisdom that I've earned, I guess, over the course of my 70 plus years. So that said, afterwards, Joanna, the founder and CEO of Yellow Co., said to me, "You got to really find a way to share this with other people." So when I came up to Idaho and I was out of my day to day routine, I thought, well, maybe I can create a way of sharing it online and creating some way to do that. So, anyhow, I offered a few sessions um, just as a freebie, and people signed up for it. And I had these 30-minute sessions. And at first, really honestly, it was disruptive, difficult to deal with. Um, yeah, it was challenging because I didn't quite have my routine or schedule or life here. I was really in the newness of everything. And actually, I'd say I still am. However, we got through those. And then I almost quit. I almost thought, there's just no way I can do this right now. And then I thought, okay, I'm just going to dedicate Tuesday morning so that it's a reliable time. It's set aside. I know it's there. Uh, we set up getting the appointments online. So Tuesday mornings, there's two appointments available and they're half hour each. And you can sign up for them on tercyenglehart.com. So that being said, I've done several now. And I just wanted to share my experience with you and invite you to participate if it's something that you'd like, or maybe there's someone you know that could benefit from that. So I've had this amazing experience of being able to sit with these people, albeit we're not sitting face to face. Well, we are face to face, but there's a computer in the way. But actually, being able to sit with them and listen to where they are and what's going on in their life. And I have this um, honor and privilege of seeing how these people are really made, how they're created, how passionate and caring, all the divine qualities that they possess that may or may not be acknowledged or expressed. They may be laying dormant even inside of them. And I'm able to speak to them or speak to that. And my experience is one of being so fulfilled, so moved, so inspired, so honored, so privileged. And the experience of the people that I'm listening to is also one of being heard and valued and that they belong and that they matter. And no matter what their past was, that there's this future, this passion, this mission, this calling that's calling to them, and that I can simply encourage them and support launching them along the way, getting them back on the path. Perhaps they've fallen off of it, perhaps they're on it, maybe discouraged, perhaps they're on it moving forward in a powerful way, and they just wanted to be able to verbalize it or to share it. And it's been so rewarding, so meaningful. So I just wanted to take a break in my podcast this week and just invite you to let you know that it's my offering as an elder to the community. It's a donation basis. So that doesn't have to get in anyone's way. And yeah, I'm grateful to have found a way to provide it. I think once we get settled here, I'll be able to do some in group gatherings, in person on the farm gatherings. But for now, this is a way for me to be able to give back, to support, to encourage you and other people just like you. So I wanted to make sure that you knew about it and do it by actually speaking to you, sharing with you my experience, inviting you into that. So if it's something that you're interested in, or it can be a tool that you can offer other people that you may be aware of, or they may be in your community or your family or your circle of influence, and just let them know that that's available. So, again, how they sign up for that or how you would sign up for that is simply go to tercyenglehart.com. And I think there's a session that says meet together or work together, something like that. So, anyway, thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of my life, my journey. I hope that it's something you find helpful or beneficial, or you can share it with somebody else and invite them. Next week, I'll be back to share with you another story from my book, Unreasonably Grateful: Living in Grace by Joyce. Have a beautiful week, and thank you for who you are.